If you're going to study in Lisbon, this video is meant for you. I'm Morgan from Erasmus Play, and in this video I'm gonna provide you with a guide for Erasmus students in Lisbon. The first thing we should talk about is accommodation. And of course, the first important decision you will have to take is to choose between living in a residence or in a flat. Both options have their pros and cons. But you should know that the most common and the cheapest option is to share an apartment. But Lisbon also has several student residences, such as 𝒂𝒏𝒍𝒐𝒂𝒅, Nido Living or Livenza. As for the best areas to live in Lisbon, this will depend on the area where your university is located and the lifestyle you want to live. Many Erasmus students choose areas like Alvalade, Areiro, Campo Pequeno and Alameda, as they are both close to the University of Lisbon and the Instituto Superior Técnico. There are also several metro stops, so it's very well connected to the center. I mean, if you want to go by foot, you can also walk, right? But don't tell me I haven't warned you. In Lisbon, the streets are literally like this. They put a whole wall there for you to climb. Other students are also looking for accommodation in the Marquês de Pombal area. It's one of the most prestigious areas of Lisbon. It's also very quiet and well connected to other parts of the city. But if you like to party, Bairro Alto is made for you, because in this neighborhood there's always a good atmosphere and a good nightlife with a lot of bars and discos. And how could we not talk about food, since the typical gastronomy of the city cannot miss in any of our guides. Portuguese gastronomy is considered to be part of the Mediterranean cuisine, and it's mainly based on seafood. In Lisbon, you can find the typical Portuguese dishes, but some of the ones we recommend you to try are the codfish à brás. Cod is the Portuguese ingredient par excellence. This dish is a kind of scramble with cod, eggs and potatoes. Then there is the famous pastéis de Belém. This dessert is made with puff pastry and has a filling made of milk, egg yolk and sugar. You can't miss the antigua confeitaria de Belém. It's the first pastry shop that's starting to sell these famous pastries. The bitoque. It's a typical dish consisting of a pork fillet that is usually accompanied with fried potatoes, rice, eggs and salad. There is also the francesinha. It's a kind of sandwich composed of layers of bread, alternated with sausage, meat, layers of cheese and covered with even more cheese. Cheese. And all that is based in a beer and tomato sauce. The green broth. This recipe is prepared with cabbage, onion, potato, garlic and chorizo. And well, there is also the famous grilled sardines, which I have nothing more to add because, well, it's a grilled sardine. The areas where you find the most restaurants to try all these dishes is the 𝒂𝒏𝒍𝒐𝒂𝒅 area. Let's continue with the party in Lisbon. If what you like is a good night clubbing, in Lisbon you won't get bored. There are many bars, clubs, nightclubs in the city, especially in Bairro Alto and Santos. Some of the places you can't miss are Cubo, Urban and Lisboa. But we also recommend bars like Cohiba and Lodo no Cais. As for the cost of living in Lisbon, I have very good news. We like that. Life in Lisbon is quite affordable. Although being the capital of Portugal and having slightly higher prices than other Portuguese cities, the truth is that Lisbon is a fairly inexpensive city. As for accommodation, this will be one of the biggest costs during your Erasmus. And although it depends on many factors, a room in Lisbon is more or less around 300 to 350 euros a month. As for moving around the city, you can get the public transport card. The monthly pass costs around 30 euros. As for places you cannot miss in Lisbon, we recommend you the Jerónimos de Belém Monastery. It's located in the district of Belém and it's one of the main examples of the Portuguese architecture. It was also declared a World Heritage Site by the UNESCO. St. George's Castle, which is one of the most important monuments in Lisbon. The Lisbon Cathedral, which is the most important religious building in the city. The entrance is free and the cathedral is open every day. Then there is the Santa Justa elevator, which connects Baixa with the Chiado district. And from the terrace, you will have great views of the river, Commerce Square and St. George's Castle. Finally, the Belém Tower. It's one of the most popular tourist attractions in the whole city. It's located at the mouth of the Tagus River. And of course, we are also going to advise you places to visit from Lisbon. There are many other Portuguese cities that you can easily travel to from Lisbon, either by bus or by train. You can also do it by plane, since Lisbon has an airport, but that's more for international trip. Some of the places you cannot miss in Portugal are Sintra, which is a small town located about an hour away from Lisbon. It has many places to visit, but the most famous ones are Quinta de Regaleira and the Pena Palace, which is one of the most visited monuments in the country. Porto is the second largest city in Portugal. There you can visit the historic center, the Louis I Bridge, or the Cathedral of Porto. There is also Madeira, which is about an hour and a half away by plane. It's full of charming villages and beautiful landscapes that will take your breath away. And there you can also see the museum of Cristiano Ronaldo. Another famous destination is Nazaré. It's a small fishing village that over time has become one of the most touristic attractions in Portugal. The world's highest waves have been recorded there. So if you like surfing and you're not thalassophobic, this village is a must visit. And if you don't know what thalassophobia is, it's a phobia of death. But don't thank me, I learned that word today too. Okay? And before the end of this video, I'm gonna give you a few tips that will make your life easier. The first one is to become a member of the students' associations, because they organize parties, trips and events all year long with international students. Also, if you come from a European country, don't forget to request the European Health Insurance card before you leave your home country. Also, you can download the Erasmus Play app to meet other students going to Lisbon at the same time as you, and you can even find roommates. And as a bonus tip, the most common supermarkets in Lisbon are Pingo Doce, Mini Preço and Continente. But there are also other brands such as Carrefour or Auchan. And that's it for today's video. I hope it has been helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to activate the notification bell to be advised whenever we upload a new video. And also don't forget that we leave you in the description box below our social media, and you can follow us there too. See you soon with new videos. Bye bye, assistant.